3. Field of 3. Franco, Lift and Talk, and Conan. Conan just getting pretty keen in the score up as he can. Green lights on, racing, and Lift and Talk was the first to begin and worked straight to the lead from Franco second, and Conan being restrained and asked to settle by Kate Gath, who's having a bit of trouble getting him to settle because he's certainly quite fired up at this point of time, and they've only just started. So they go out of the straight the first time. This trial over to 2,240 metres, and Lift and Talk was able to drop the bit very comfortably and just relaxes out in the lead. Franco in second spot. And about 12 metres away back, last of all, Conan, just given time to balance up, and Kate Gath just trying to get him to settle without being on the back of a horse at the moment, which just may get him to relax, but she's certainly having some trouble doing so at the moment. Heading down the back straight, and they've got just over 1,600 metres to go. Lift and Talk leading 5 metres to Franco, about 8 or 10 metres away to Conan, just starting to maybe relax slightly, but once he gets a little bit closer to the horse up in front, he wants to get more fierce, and at this point it's certainly giving Kate a bit of a hard time. They head up towards the top of the home straight. 46.7 was that lead time, and they come to the top of the home straight, and they've got just over 1,200 metres to go. And Lift and Talk, who has dictated terms out in the lead, has travelled sweetly in front for Chris Alford and shows the way by 5 metres to Franco for Julian Attard second. Conan gets on the back of Franco and just relaxing a little bit better now, but he certainly has taken a bit of energy out of himself, I would imagine, over the first lap. They swing out of the straight, 1,100 to go, and Lift and Talk dictating and enjoying a good run. 46.7 lead time, 30.5 was the first quarter, and they run up towards the 800 metre mark, and they go past it. The second quarter is now semaphored in 30.5, so rated to perfection here by Chris Alford. 30.5 the first quarter, and the second quarter completely identical, 30.5, so 61 was the half, and Chris Alford has Lift and Talk out in the lead. 5 metres to Franco's second, just been tapped along to stick to the back of Lift and Talk, and Conan, who is not pulling the way he was at the early part of the trial, still last but sticks on. 29.4 third quarter, and Lift and Talk 5 metres to Franco. He now comes out here, Conan, with Kate Gath, and starts to wind up. It's Lift and Talk at the top of the straight, 8 metres clear. Conan on the outside, he's still running on strongly, the big fella. It's Lift and Talk in front, Conan the outside, with every stride tries to get a little bit closer to Lift and Talk, who's holding it on the line, and Lift and Talk wins by about 1.5 metres. Conan, good effort second, despite doing a few things wrong early, and last of all was Franco close up. That last quarter was quite fast, 27 seconds, 29.4 off the back. It's about a 56.4 last half in a mile rate of 1:58. Very good performance by Lift and Talk. Terrific effort by Conan, and third number 1 was Franco. So 2, 3 and 1 are the numbers. The race time was 2:44.2. 2:44.2 was the race time. A mile rate of 1:58. 1:58 was the mile rate. Last mile was 1:57.5. 1:57.5 last mile. And last half was 56.5. 56.5. 1.5 metres by 5.5. 1.5 by 5.5. So just recapping, the winner number 2, Lift and Talk. Second number 3, Conan. Third number 1, Franco. The race time was 2:44.2. A mile rate of 1:58. Last mile 1:57.5. Last half 56.5. And the margins were 1.5 by 5.5. 2:44.2 race time. 1:58 mile rate. 1:57.5 last mile. 56.5 last half. 1.5 metres by 5.5 on 2.31, trial number 2.